Camden, March 4th, right guys? Yeah, March 4th.
They don't know what you're talking about. I don't either.
March.
Say the date.
March 4th.
Okay.
Don't you love it?
I suppose.
Today our beloved BJ was born.
Oh, I get it. Now March 4th.
Command Day. BJ, she can't be beat, whether in Camden or on a Haddonfield street. Like Roy Rogers, she'll help a partner in distress with a ride to the doctors or Cassie's or Peter's cup. And she's always have a story for two. She'll always have a story or two for her saddle pal. Like how in the summer she'd take off her shoes and try to, yikes, go bare, ouch, foot, yow. Yes, in her own backyard. She got the barefoot blues. All the kids in the family hated that holly tree like a bollocks.
Yeah.
If Washington had been her brother, they'd have sharpened his axe. Then everyone could have done the barefoot beat instead of running, ouch, inside to put on their stickered feet. Now, to put shoes on their stickered feet. Now, when BJ was older and driving a car, she would always get lost if she had to go very far. One day her uncle said, I'll take you someplace that you don't know and put a smile on your face. Well, he tried and tried that summer day, hot as sin, to take BJ to a place where she'd never been. But every place he smiled and stopped his Chevrolet, BJ said, oh, I was just by here the other day when I tried to go to Marlton and lost my way. Soon her poor uncle threw up his hands in disgust and told BJ if she wanted to go somewhere, she should take a bus. We also heard tales of another relative, Uncle Bob, and his claims to fame. He reminded me of my dad because their names were the same. Then there's Whoppers and BJ's purple hair and her hilarious planned funeral when she got the cancer scare. And all the movies she's seen, some really old and some brand new. Was there a better thing on Saturday afternoon to do? From Roy Rogers and Trigger riding the purple sage to Star Wars and the battles always being waged. Then there are BJ's sparkling haiku. Blood and spirit, preserve identity in the melting pot. Blood and spirit, preserve identity in the melting pot. Yes, so good at haiku she has got. And you know, BJ is always full of good cheer. To achieve her Buddha level, we would have to drink a lot of beer.
Yay!
Speaking of beer, she finds a new one every week. The finest and funniest malt and hops is what she seeks. From sweet chocolate cheeses to Walt Whit, while she hopes in her trunk all the beer will fit. In her cockpit, though, is a liter of Diet Coke, left over from a movie that reminded her of Gunsmoke. Yes, if you know her, you know there's only one BJ. She's very unique and fun and ready to party. Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, BJ's wonderful in so many ways. I could count them, but it would take days. Just know she'll help out if you need a ride home. Things like that that she does make it so easy to write this poem. Happy birthday, BJ. Love Rocky, Bongo, and Walt. I sound my barbaric
Yo!
over the rooftops of the world for BJ.
Yeah!
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
The first time I fell in love, my heart would skip beats faster than I'd skip a Lil Uzi song. When I finally saw her for who she was, I then knew what it was to love. To be astonished by every inch of her skin flaws and all the way her voice squeaks when she laughs and the way she geeks out about her spirituality. She was hard to love at first because she always sold herself short. Her untapped potential seemed detrimental to her. She didn't realize that suicide wouldn't work on an infinite soul. Her smile left me winded. Maybe breathing like I smoke cancer sticks on a daily. It's crazy that she never noticed the amount of wisdom imprinted in her head while she was headed in the wrong direction, and I watched her hit rock bottom, and within all of the trouble still managed to grow in the form of a rose through the rubble. She's a gift that keeps on giving, an intellectual, independent being, and as I gaze at her, all I can do is appreciate the breathtaking view. Who would have known the amount of beauty a mirror can show you?
It's called childish. Childish. Now, I really despise that term. So many of you so-called adults calling these kids nowadays childish. And now when I say kids, I don't mean 4-year-olds. I mean 12, 16, maybe 17-year-olds out here running late on the streets because, you know, they don't feel like coming home to a house full of discrimination, arguments, and labels. Us as young teens now are put down by adults, sometimes maybe even our own parents, because, oh, it's okay for them to have a say, right? It's okay for them to make a point, but when we decide to speak up and say what's on our mind, it's not important. No, it's always the you're wrong, I'm right type of debate, huh? If you ask me, I'd call you childish for thinking it's cool to ignore someone else's statement just because of their age. I'm sick and tired of the fact where most people find it okay to ask us on what we think, ask us for advice, but then completely shut all that down. You'd be amazed by how much we have to offer, by what kinds of thoughts and ideas we have. Our minds go to such an extent, and our imagination runs so wild. Be mature, respect, act your age. All this is being said, but is it actually being put into action? And that goes both ways. What about when y'all out acting like children, making irrational decisions, thinking it's okay to put us down because you're grown and we're not? Thinking that what you do isn't going to affect us? You want us to grow up? We're to the point where we're graduating, going to college, even getting better careers than most of you out here, but we're still being labeled as childish. Why? Because we make mistakes just like everyone else, and you're only criticizing by behavior? What's it going to take for y'all to start realizing we're not kids anymore? What's it going to take for you to start treating us with a little respect? To start treating us like we're grown? Think about it now. We already learned a lot from adults, whether it's a parent, role model, teacher, etc. But what are adults learning from us? Most likely nothing. Because adults can't even take a second out of their day to listen to what we have to offer. And I don't mean everyone, but majority-wise, yeah. Because it seems like what we say goes in one ear and right out the other. The ability we have to take on challenges or discuss certain topics is highly underestimated by most people. We like talking about more than just a regular non-relevant teenage drama. We are the next generation, right? So why keep discriminating us by our age? Judge us on our mindset, not on how old we are. Because honestly, you could be 35 years old and still act like you're 8. I mean, isn't it all supposed to be about equality and not just in the racist way?
Drawing me in and you kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't bring you down. What's going on in that magical mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to like you've had too much wine. That's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta fazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in